Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wars Collectables. Let's start that again. Gentlemen, welcome to Wars Collectables. Let's face it, if you're a lady, you're not going to be watching this, are you? However, you're probably in the background doing something like this. Are you on the computer again? Are you looking at Star Wars toys again? If you've got time to do that, why haven't you got time to put up my curtains? So lads, get out your headphones, put them on, turn up the volume, push the ladies to one side and settle down. Today we're going to be looking at the first original 12 figures. When you're starting out your collection, one of the main things is the original 12. Let's have a look and get some tips on those. So here's all the gang together, the original 12. Some of the key points, you'll notice that actually 5 of them, Luke, Leia, Han, Stormtrooper and R2-D2, have all got white plastic, so that's something to look out for, because particularly white plastic can fade and deteriorate more so than the colours, so that's worth watching out for. The excitement never stops. And then 4 of them, again, Ben Kenobi, Princess Leia, Darth Vader and the Sand People or Tusken Raider have all got capes, and they can come with different qualities and affect the value. And of course they all, apart from the 2 robots, comes with the weapons, and it's important to get original weapons, not reproductions. Let's take a close look at each one. So starting off with everybody's favourite, R2-D2. This example isn't the best quality example, but it's good so you can see the sticker is faded because it's not white, it's gone that mouldy colour. You can obviously see there's some rough edges to the stickers, and there's rub on the stickers as well, so that really impacts on the value. If you turn it, the leg, this blue section there, that's paint rubbed. So again, that's another area to look out for, and you can see, you check the sticker on the back and that's pretty well worn, so again that impacts reducing the value, the quality of the sticker and the overall enjoyment. Another area worth checking is the screw inside to make sure that it's still silver colour, because I've seen them where they've rusted inside, which is an indicator that the figure's got wet. And the dome itself, obviously the blue can rub and come off, and the dome is prone to scratches, so it's worth having a good look about that. Thank you very much, R2, take a bow. Next up, C-3PO, a fairly easy figure to get, no weapon to lose, and they can go a bit silvery with a bit of paint rub, but this one's in pretty good condition, and the button in the middle is a good indication that's still in good condition. It's not rusted over, so the figure hasn't been wet. The other thing with these figures is you can get loose limbs, but this one's still pretty firm. Thank you, C3. Moving on, we've got everybody's favourite lady, Princess Leia, and again the predominant feature here is the cape and obviously the whiteness of the mould and nice firm buns, because they've got to be there in good condition. As you can see from this one, there's actually tearing on the cape, and although it's not entirely obvious to the camera, around the leg area it's a bit brown in places, it's a little bit dirty, so that takes away from the overall factor. And you do tend to get paint rub, or you can get paint rubbed on her buns, which means somebody's been touching her buns quite a lot, which I think is wrong. Moving her to one side though, this gives you a better idea of actually a quality one. Very white and crisp, the cape in excellent condition, and the buns look untouched, which is vital. Thank you very much, Princess Leia, well done. Luke Farm Boy comes in a couple of variants, brown hair as well as the blonde, and there is allegedly a red hair one out there. 2 key things here is you do get paint rub on the hair, and you do get the whiteness going. If you can see here on his arm, it's going a bit pinky on this arm here. So there are two things to look out for. And paint rub on the belt, it's not too bad on this one. The other important factor is the lightsaber. This lightsaber is in fairly good condition and it's got the tip at the end. So we're quite pleased with that. On the Darth Vader one, we'll show you a defective tip. And Kenobi comes with grey and white hair as a variant. Again, this coat or cape is in good condition and the lightsaber is in good condition. Mindful of paint rub on the hands and paint rub around the hair area again, but that's a nice figure. Thank you, Ben. Chewbacca, everybody's favourite cuddly bear. As you can see from this one, the actual limbs, legs and arms are a slightly different shade to the main body, which is quite common, but to try and get them all the same would be ideal. But as long as there's not too much paint rub along the whiteness of the belt and around the sack at the bottom, that's all okay. The other area that can suffer with paint rub is his nose. This one's in pretty good condition because it's all black, but when you look in, if there's paint rub on the nose, then you want a better one. Thank you, Chewie. Han Solo comes with a larger head, which is this one, and a small head variant. The things again to watch out for: the whiteness, hands can rub, top of the hair can rub, and you do get occasionally rub around the legs. But he's got a red stripe, so if that red stripe's there and in good condition, and this white part of the belt buckle is in good condition, then you could be onto a bit of a winner. Thank you, Mr. Solo. The main focus for the Stormtrooper is the plastic being all white in excellent condition, and then everything else that's painted should be black. You get paint rub on the hands and paint rub around the helmet and on these leg bits here and there. This one's in good condition, and that's sort of what you need to be looking for. Darth Vader, again, you're looking for the cape. You don't get a lot of paint rub because it is moulded in black. Occasionally you can get paint rub on here, but it's very rare. The main thing to look out for is quality of the cape and quality of the lightsaber. And as you can see with this lightsaber, the actual end tip is a bit crooked. So Darth Vader's red end is a bit bent, which isn't a good thing. But for now it will do. Originally entitled Death Squad Commander, that was changed because of Nazi Germany, and we went with Star Destroyer Commander in the end, or Kenner did. Again, don't tend to get much paint rub on his helmet. However, the gloves can go, the boots can go, and you can get it around the belt as well. This one's in pretty good condition, and you get little bits of silver on the glove and silver on the back of the belt. And if they're all in order, then you've got yourself a fairly good figure. Tusken Raider, or Sand People. Cape is important, as mentioned in the previous ones. However, here, again, looking at the gloves, but the silver around the eyes, on the head and the mouth is a key area. If they're all in good condition, then potentially you've got yourself a nice little find. There is a hollow cheek version, but for now we'll just stick with the regular one. And last but not least, we'll be bringing up the Jawa. The Jawa. There is a vinyl cape version, which is much rarer and much more expensive. And when I finish paying off the X, I'll be getting one. But until then, we've just got this regular guy. Most of him is covered by a cape, a cloth cape. So, paint rub around the face. If you can see the eyes and they're a good clear yellow, then that's happy days. And then we look for the hands, because that's the other area that you can get paint rub. Otherwise, you get minimal paint rub because generally they've been covered by a cape. So you're looking for the quality of the cape and actually the thread, which is difficult to see on camera, but is the thread all around the cape in good condition? And if it is, then you're on to a winner. So there you have it. The main priority is to get one of each. You can work on the variants later and try and get reasonable quality, because you'll just end up buying again. And now, before we leave, our top tip in relation to a successful collecting career. Divorce. Get rid of them and focus on what's important in life. Remember, they're not toys, they're collectibles.